This is day 6. Run every day. A commitment is serious when you do it every day. I like to say every day is every day. This phrase reminds me that if you do not do the commitment every day, then you are just not serious. In my example, one of my commitments is to run every day. Now, I did learn a lesson that is running at max distance and speed is a disaster waiting to happen. So you will have to have some method to plan runs to keep in mind recovery time and giving your body to build strength and resilience and all that. However, running every day is a serious commitment and one of the commitments that has significantly impacted my life. I am not necessarily trying to convince you to run every day, but I am trying to convince you to take on some specific activity such as this to rocket ship your commitments, to take your commitments to the next level. First, let me tell you how I came up with the run everyday commitment. I was in a hotel room attending a work conference. It was 2:30 a.m. and I felt horrible. I got out of bed and caught a glimpse of myself in the mirror. I looked worse than I felt. I was a bit overweight, but it was my eyes, my demeanor, my skin color. I looked like a dead man walking. The night before, I heard two messages circulating in my brain. The first was a David Goggins YouTube short where he was screaming at the camera to embrace the suck. And the second was a book I was reading in which the author had a motto called Write at Dawn. I have written over 20 blogs on the Write at Dawn concept, so I will not cover it again here. Anyway, as I stared into that hotel room mirror, I said to myself, if I want to change my life, I have to do it right now, right at dawn. So I asked myself the question right then, what would be the one healthy thing that I could do right now that would suck the most? The answer came back, run. So at 3 a.m., wearing a pair of shorts that I had packed and my dress shoes, I ran about a quarter of a mile down the 18th fairway on a golf course. When I had reached the green, I stopped, gasping for air, knelt on that green, and prayed for the strength to keep my commitment. From that day on, I ran every day for 365 days in a row. Almost exactly 1 year later, at the same conference, I returned. The difference was incredible. I slept great that night, and when I woke up in the morning, I went on a light 10-mile run with a friend of mine and averaged a 7-minute per mile pace. I had a running headlamp, 2 pairs of Hokas, and a suitable running attire in my suitcase. When I looked in the same mirror this time, I was healthy, in shape, and lean. I looked full of energy and vigor. In a few months, I'd be running in my first marathon, and my run every day goal was no longer difficult at all, rather an enjoyable experience that I looked forward to. Running has become many things for me. It is now a major stress relief valve. It is the time that I come up with new ideas, and it is the time that I plan and come up with my strategy for the day. This has become my meditation time and my reflection time. Running keeps me in check mentally, physically, and spiritually. I started having some pain in one of my hips for a while this last year, which seriously hurt my ability to run. That time away from running felt like I had lost part of my soul, and stumbling through life, I felt lost and in disarray. Now I am back running every day and suddenly feel like a giant weighted blanket has been lifted off of me. If someone were to ask me, what is the most critical thing I could do to improve my life? I would have a simple answer: run every day.